Successfully bringing well-known console video games to mobile devices requires hitting a very specific balance. You want the mobile version to feel like the same game people already like, while acknowledging that using a touchscreen device usually means playing for a short period of time on something that's not designed for games. Call of Duty. Warzone Mobile is a pretty ideal demonstration of hitting that balance. It maintains all the most important elements of the PC and console Warzone 2.0 experience, while tightening everything about it to be quicker and more concentrated. Warzone Mobile is essentially a sped-up version of the Warzone fans already know and enjoy. Mobile Royale, the main mode of 6 available at launch, looks and feels almost exactly like its PC and console counterpart, but on a slightly smaller scale. Matches are only 10 minutes long, squads are locked at 3 players, and a lot of the loot you find is generally of a higher quality, so you can get effective guns quickly. The map is also smaller, confining you to a specific zone of Verdansk, the original Warzone map that launched in 2020. The result is a mode that lets you whip through fun and intense battle royale matches at a brisk clip, getting all the same highs with a lot less downtime. If you're familiar with Call of Duty's take on the mode that PUBG spawned and Fortnite picked up and ran with, then you already know everything you need to about how Warzone Mobile works, apart from some slight, smart variations meant to speed things along. Still, the Warzone formula continues to be a fun one thanks to its specific elements. You'll drop into matches with 36, 60, or 120 players and search for weapons to fight other people you run into, either alone or in squads of varying sizes. Scattered around the map are contracts, which you can pick up to earn money and buy stations, where you can spend that money on upgrades such as kill streaks or the ability to respawn your defeated teammates, which keeps you busy by giving you specific goals and provides a clear way to upgrade your gear, even if you're not constantly facing off against other players. Dying, in the main modes, sends you to the Gulag, where you have a chance to face off against your fellow early casualties in single combat, with the winner returning to the match. Still an excellent respawn mechanic that adds a lot of intense and exciting battles to matches. Everything functions just as you know it from the usual Warzone, making it possible for veterans to pop into a Warzone mobile match and have fun immediately with very little learning curve. A controller is recommended if you care about your kill-to-death ratio. What does take some getting used to is the controls. While the touch controls work well enough, they always feel cumbersome, specifically in fast-paced competitive play. You can instantly tell when you're facing someone using a console controller via Bluetooth or a backbone-style attachment because they're capable of jumping and sliding in ways that are difficult to manage with touch controls. It's not impossible, but the difficulty of pulling them off, much less while under pressure, undercuts the overall Call of Duty feel. In short, a controller is recommended if you care about your kill-to-death ratio. At the same time, it's totally understandable if you tough out the touch controls because Warzone Mobile streamlines a lot of aspects to make them work better as something you take out of your pocket to play for a few minutes at a time, and they're all smart adjustments that boil the genre down to its best parts. The viable portion of the map starts out smaller, and the constrictions that push you into tighter and tighter areas happen more often. While you'll find weapons, kill streaks, field upgrades like deployable cover or ammo boxes and armor plates, there's no real inventory management to speak of. If you're carrying a gun or a kill streak, picking up another one just swaps them. Loot is kept simple, but it's generally of a higher tier than what you'd find in a traditional Warzone match, especially early on, so your choices become about finding the sorts of weapons you prefer. Loadout drops are also plentiful, which often makes it easy to get geared up exactly the way you prefer. It all comes together to put Warzone Mobile's focus on getting you to the action-packed moments quickly, making just about every match harrowing and exciting, with less time spent on logistics or running around a huge map. In addition to a solo and squad version of Mobile Royale, there's also a more traditional 4-player squad mode with 20-minute matches if you want something a bit meatier but still quick, and Rebirth Resurgence, a Warzone mode which takes place on its Rebirth Island map and does away with the Gulag, instead respawning players periodically as long as their teammates stay alive.